Hello. So I saw this discussion on Typo Social about adding this ability to add off-curve points to line segments on Fontra. And I thought this was kind of interesting because to me, like the whole point of having an open source font editor is that you can like make your own edits to it, and yeah, like you don't have to basically like ask the lead maintainer if you want a feature. You can just create whatever feature you want. So the idea is that you draw out a square like this, and then you should be able to like hold like Alt or Control and click on the line segment, and then get off-curve points like this in between it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to use Claude Code to just vibe code this feature. And I think like long term with different open source font editors, like this is the ultimate goal of having an open source font editor, is you want a feature or you encounter a bug, and you should then be able to like just launch Claude Code in the repo and fix whatever the problem is. And so like I think that let's see, like I want to have a lot of this stuff kind of like built into the editor in the future, so you don't, like we have the AI tab here, and so I think that like ideally you can just like vibe code in the actual editor to do stuff like this. But I'm going to kind of just, I haven't tried to do this before. I'm just going to see how far I can get with this feature just with Claude Code today. So let's go for it. I'm going to close that. And so you can see here, I'm in Claude Code, and I've already basically typed out this thing saying, I want to add a new feature now that is in other font editors, but not in Bezy. Sometimes when I draw a rectangle shape with the Shapes tool, we want to add off-curve points between the two on-curve points align. I want to do this by holding Alt and clicking on the line segment. When we are holding Alt and hovering over a line, there should be some visual feedback that we're about to add off-curve points to this line. Ideally, preview handles rendered with the orange dotted lines we use for other shape editing previews. And ideally, where the actual off-curve points will be after the click. So I want to hold the Alt key and click. And the reason we're doing the Alt key instead of the Command key is the Command key in Hyperland, like Linux, has a lot of uses, and it's kind of like it's used for a lot of things. So we're trying to avoid Command and doing like, we do Control for like save, and then Alt is kind of like for this like other UI stuff. So I want to hold the Alt key on the line segment and create two off-curve points. So we'll send this to Claude Code, and we are on a clean Git repo, and you can kind of see we've got, this is the whole like structure of our program right here. Let's see. Okay, so what we will want to do is, once this is done, we're just going to work on a box shape like this. And we're just going to get this working for the box. Just a little like MVP. There might be some edge cases we'll find later, but I don't really know. Let's see how this is going. And it says, I'll help you implement this feature, so blah, blah, blah. This is a common feature in font editors for yeah. Okay, that's just exactly what I tell you. Good. I can see that outline segments are rendered. Now let me create a new system to detect when the user is hovering over a line segment with Alt held. Okay. So that is still working. So I'll just, while that's working, we've got, these are some of the other kind of like line tools we've got. We've got the knife tool, just shows the intersections. You just run the knife tool and it makes a cut. I think maybe I've lost, for some reason, see, I'm able to select that point. Part of the problem is I did a big code refactor recently, and a lot of stuff is broken here. So we're kind of dealing with the software being in a broken state. Let's check back. Okay. So it looks like it has tried to just kind of one-shot the whole feature. Is this a whole new file? Yeah, it's creating a whole new file for this, which I think there's a lot of code here, which I guess maybe makes sense. Let's just go with this. I'm going to accept this, and then we can kind of consolidate it into another file later if it's getting too big. Just checking to make sure the recording was still working. Okay. So, yes. Off-curb intersection. And so we're adding some new plugins to the Okay, so those are the files we've changed. Just a second. So I want to maybe, while we're waiting, I'm going to maybe just look at the code that we're changing. So let's look at the off-curve insertion file. Okay. So this is the whole file that was made. Off-curve point insertion for converting lines to curves. And so this is in, I'm not sure selection is the right place to put this. Maybe I'll let them know. I'll let Claude know that after it's done working. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. The feature compiles successfully. Let me create a brief summary of what we've implemented. Alt+click to add off-curve points feature. I've successfully implemented the feature to add off-curve points to line segments by alt-clicking. Here's what the feature does. Okay. All right, so let's test this. When you're drawing a rectangle, simply hold Alt, hover over the line segment. Okay, and I just want to say, okay, there we go. There's the thing. Go. And what is going on? I think maybe we should have run this in release. So I'm going to say, I just want to make sure that you understand this feature should work on any line segment. And we're going to say in parentheses 2 So 2 on-curve points without off-curve points between them. I should be able to use this on any outline. You're absolutely right. I understand. This feature should work on any line segment outline. The implementation should already work this way. Great. So I just wanted to make sure there was not a misunderstanding. And then the one thing I want to ask is selection the best place to put this? So I see this as editing for sure, but it's not really selection. Election. I should have put selection. It will understand. And the reason the build times are taking so long is I've just totally destroyed my build times with my last refactor, and I haven't done a pass at speeding up the build times, so that was something I'll need to do soon. Okay. So here is a shape. I'm holding Alt. Oh, look! And there it is. And now we have, if I could only just select them. Oh, look! We did it! Yeah. So the problem here isn't what we actually did. The problem is just that my selection has all been broken from the refactor, but as you can see this curve, and there you go. Yeah, you see it moved? So it works. We did it. And that's the way that open source font editors should work. Like, you shouldn't have to go to one high priest that knows how the entire thing works and only that person can make changes. The whole idea of having an open source font editor is that anyone can make changes. We can use these tools like Claude Code to make any feature we want. And yeah, that's how we should architect these applications to make this kind of stuff easy. So anyway, thank you.